I'm Penny and this is my channel. So apparently last year, Sony filed a patent for an advertising system that would basically incorporate TV-styled ads into video games. Which, at a first glance, sounds pretty terrible and it is a completely terrible idea on some fronts, but I can see it working on others, and that's just kind of what I wanted to discuss today. Firstly, I'm so opposed to it in some games, but I can see certain uses for it, so I just wanted to talk about that today and get my opinion out. Firstly, why it's bad. Sony, take mention of this, do not put ads in the games that I have paid full price for. That is the biggest thing that I could stress about this, and although the patent's been filed, this was last year, and it can take some time for them to implement these kinds of things, but even just filing the patent doesn't mean that this is actually going to come to anything in games, so we don't have to get too worried about this actually happening, but in the possibility that it does, Sony, just please take note. Don't put this into, real full-pay titles, because that's just... No, you do not put further advertising in a game that we've paid full price for, like in Australia. For a brand new release game PS3, you're looking at paying maybe, if you're lucky, about $79 up to anywhere like $120 just for the standard version. If I'm forking out $100 average for a brand new game, I do not want my gameplay interrupted by an ad to buy Mountain Dew or something, because that's just not okay with me at all. I mean, just imagine you're in the middle of a game, you're doing so well, you're playing Call of Duty, you're playing whatever it is that you play, you're doing so well, and then suddenly a message on the screen, oh, sorry, we'll just pause your gameplay for 5 minutes just to, not 5 minutes, but we'll just pause your gameplay for a second just to try and sell you a delicious refreshing beverage, yeah? Is that cool? And then without warning, or little warning, your game is paused, suddenly you're being sold this product or whatever, and you're sitting there thinking, I've just paid, $100 for this, and now I'm being sold something else through this game. This is, not okay with that. I mean, can you just imagine that happening? That's the worst thing I could think of. If you've paid for a game like this and you've, spent that money on a product, like a complete product, you don't want to be interrupted by things like ads. That's just not cool. Although I can see this working if they approach it in a certain way towards certain products. Okay, so maybe they'll offer a game for free, a smaller game for free on the PlayStation Network, but maybe that free version has the ads in it, and you're totally free to get rid of those ads if you buy the full version of the game. I could get behind that. It'd be a great way to demo games out, let people who don't have the money still play games, and also earn some revenue from those games, and I can see that working, but part of me is also really skeptical that Sony would ever consider offering a game mostly for free and just kind of earn the revenue through ads. I just can't really see them doing that, but if they did, that would be fantastic. And the same kind of thing, even for demos, maybe at the start and the end of the demo, I wouldn't enjoy it, but I could understand that. But I am so completely opposed to this happening in full titles that have been released and paid for with fairly large sums of money. I'm just so opposed to that, and I doubt that any of you are going to have any real thoughts for it, but let me know if you do. If you can think of any reason why this type of advertising should be in a full release product, then let me know, because I'm definitely curious. But it was just, when I read this, my face was just at first, thinking of a brand new title, but after some thinking, I can kind of understand it. If they took that route and did demos or even full games with ad breaks, that would be okay. If it was a free game. For a pay game, don't touch my pay game, I'm playing that. I don't want to see no ads. If I see an ad, I'm going to get mad and specifically not buy the product, and probably avoid buying games from that publisher or console or whoever's actually decided to put the ad in the game. Anyway, I just wanted to get my thoughts out on that, because I thought it was really interesting. Not in a good way, but just an interesting thing to talk about, and I wanted to kind of explain that it could work out in a kind of cool way, I guess, but if this goes into full release titles, then no, not at all. So let me know your thoughts, because I'm definitely interested to see if anyone does oppose my stance on this. I'm definitely curious, and hopefully you guys will have some interesting points to make in the comments. I will definitely read all of them, and I will see you again soon for my next video.